The first thing I want to just comment on is I'm doing a lot of these videos in my office in Toronto, and I was hoping to get some suggestions from YouTube. Like what do you guys think? Like, is this a good angle? Like, should I be picking a better environment? Like I'm using my webcam and its microphone right now. Are there better tools out there that can help me record? Because I have a MacBook and it's all fuzzy when I want to record, and I want to make sure that I have very good quality videos. So, if you have any suggestions, please put that in the comments. So today's topic is about gaining more focus when you play. So, outside of, Magic players who are taking Adderall or, other related pharmaceutical products to help them gain focus, what can you do to ensure that, when you're playing, you're in the zone, right? So the first thing I would say is you want to make sure that you're not exhausted. So, we're all guilty of this. Tomorrow's this huge tournament we've been waiting for forever. We couldn't sleep. We're excited about our deck. We stay up till 3 in the morning doing a draft with our friends because that's what they want to do. And then we show up and it's 8 a.m. for the tournament and we're exhausted. We're like basically walking like a zombie. We're not really sure what's going on. We're kind of disheveled. We haven't had our coffee because we're in like a foreign place. And then this all makes it so hard to focus. You end up like wasting a couple rounds where you're not playing at your level until you get back to the zone. And that's because you've kind of woken up, and by that time you might have 1 or 2 losses that you could have avoided, right? So you want to make sure that you're getting the adequate sleep. I'd say if you're going to a tournament, you should have no little than 6 hours of sleep. Try to get about 8. That's very important. You want to make sure that you pack a bag full of like snacks. Like it doesn't have to be very hefty meals, but even at Grand Prix, with all their food trucks, it's so difficult to get proper nutrition. You end up having to wait like an hour in line for these food trucks. Just pack a bag. Like one of my friends, Jamie Arshdeacon, he always brown bags, and he'll always show up to every tournament. And whether it's him or it's his beautiful wife who's packing his bag full of fruits, veggies, whatever you name it. That guy has so much energy during the entire tournament. I've never seen him tired because he's getting the proper nutrition. So make sure you have like either at least some granola bars and cookies. If you can have a sandwich or two and some water in your bag, would be ideal. That way, you're giving your body the fuel it needs. At the same time, the sleep combined with that will also help out. And then at the same time, don't burn yourself out. I've done this myself. There's a modern GP coming up in like, for us in Toronto, I think it's in 3 or 4 weeks. But back in the day, I would play 6 hours a day leading up to that. And then I'd be so frustrated and tired of modern. And then by the time the Grand Prix came around, it just felt like I'm going through the motions and I'm not really excited anymore. And I'm not, kind of not in the zone like I would be had I taken the appropriate breaks. So don't burn out. Burnout is a real thing. If you have any questions about that, Google it. You can, find a lot of things on burnout, more so than I can ever explain in this video. And then the last thing I would say is, if you're showing up to a tournament and you have your proper nutrition, you have your adequate sleep, and you're not burnt out, don't put the pressure on yourself. The last thing you want to do is freak out and blank at the start of the tournament. Like, yes, the tournament is important. Yes, there's invitations on the line. Yes, there's a lot of money in the line. But you need to treat this like any other game of Magic that you've been playing. And if you've been watching my videos and paying attention, I strongly believe that every match of Magic that you play, you should play at the same level. This also makes it so that when you play at these higher level events, you're not stressing out. Because like say you show up to your first pro tour and you play Huey Jensen, and you have a huge freak out because, oh my god, it's Huey Jensen, he's a world champion, he's a Hall of Famer, he's one of the best players on the planet. And now you're facing him, and you need to beat him and a few others to make it to day 2. Well, if you put that undue pressure on yourself, it's going to make it much more difficult to make the right decision. You're going to be looking to make the really shortcut decision. So like you'll go for things that you normally wouldn't go for against like weaker players. Like say there's a spot where you can attack it. If he has nothing, you can win. Well, the risk versus the reward is really what you have to weigh. And against a player like Huey, you just automatically say, well, Huey's so good that if he has anything, I'm probably going to lose anyways. And that's just you shortcutting your decisions because you don't want to really focus. So make sure that you don't put pressure on yourself, that you get your good night's sleep, that you have the adequate nutrition, and you don't burn out. and you'll find that you're way more focused when you go to sit down and play Magic. Alright, thanks guys for watching. Make sure you hit the thumbs up on that video, and also hit subscribe so that you get notifications when we go live.